Hi guys, in this video, we are going to set up a static website on AWS S3 bucket without granting public access to the bucket. Note, you can use this method to deploy any front-end application on AWS. For this video, we are going to set up S3 bucket to host our website asset, set up Cloudfront to deliver our website content to the users, and cache it at the edge for fast and easy accessibility. Then we are going to request for certificate on AWS Certificates Manager ACM, connect the domain name to CloudFront with DNS hosted zone in Route 53, thereby setting up DNS record name and CNAME to redirect subdomain traffic to the main website domain. If this content is something you would like to see in the future, then don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss when I upload new AWS tutorial on this channel. Without further delay, let's get into the tutorial. So hey guys, we are now on my AWS console. So you can see on my screen, we have the recently visited resources. And let me assume you have a brand new AWS account. You might not have any recently visited resources on these on your own dashboard. So what I'm going to do now is to go into the search console and create the S3 bucket that we need for this tutorial. So in the search console, I will type in S3. It's going to load and I'm going to click on S3 bucket. So it's going to load the dashboard, and on the AWS S3 dashboard on my own account, you can see I have a lot of buckets I've created. But for your own case, if you have a brand new AWS account, you might not have any buckets in this place. So on the left hand side corner where you see create bucket in this place, we're going to double click on create bucket. So we're going to click on it. And we are now on the bucket settings. And for the AWS region, we are going to leave it as US East 1. For the bucket type, we are going to leave it as general purpose. And for the bucket name, I'm going to give it the name of my domain, which is www.below-ashes.com. And if you want to know how to create a domain name on AWS, I'm going to leave a video in the description below. You can check it out. It's going to give you a walkthrough to create a domain name in Route 53. So I will scroll down. For the object ownership, I'm going to leave it as ACL disable, which is the recommended option you are supposed to choose. And for the public access settings for this bucket, we are going to block all public access. And I told you at the beginning of this video that we are going to block all public access. So if anybody wants to access the website in our bucket, then we are going to use Cloudfront to actually enable that. So we are going to do that in the later feature, or we'll proceed in this video. So for the bucket versioning, I will leave it as disable. The tag option, I'm going to leave it as it is. And for the default encryption, I'm going to disable the bucket key. And we are going to leave everything as the same. And I'm going to click on create bucket. And as you can see, if I scroll down, this is the bucket we just created. So I'm going to double click on the new bucket. And this is where we are going to upload our website assets. I'll click on upload. And in this place, I'll go into my local system. I'll go to my folder. And I'm going to copy all this website asset. I'm going to copy it into the S3 bucket. So I've highlighted everything. I'm going to copy this. I'll copy. You can see it's preparing through. So these are the files I'm going to upload into this bucket. So I'll click on upload. So as you can see, the upload is in progress. So it says estimated time is 10 minutes or so. So it's going to take a while before the assets are successfully uploaded into the S3 bucket. So I'll just pause this video at this time. And when it is done, we are going to continue with the tutorial. So it took some while for our web files to be uploaded, and you can see it shows upload succeeded. And these are the web files in the account in the AWS S3 bucket. So I'll go back, type in this, and I'll show you some settings in our bucket. So I will close, click on close, and you can see these are all the website assets that we are supposed to use for this tutorial. And for the properties here, I will show you some things in the property. In the properties here, assuming we allowed public access into our account, we are supposed to come to this place, scroll down, and in this static website hosting, we are going to enable it. Since we didn't allow public access into our bucket, we are going to leave this as disabled. And if we go back to this, we can confirm that the public access has been disabled. You can see permissions, I will scroll, you can see block public access, you can see it is on. And assuming we left it to public, we have to modify this by ourselves. We have to copy the access settings for our web files to be accessible by our users. But we are going to leave this like this. And Cloudfront is going to do the job to actually update our bucket policy. So by the time we create our Cloudfront and we update the policy and we launch our website, we'll come back to this place and check it. So since we are done with that, the next we are going to do is go to AWS Certificate Manager and create a certificate for our website domain. So in the search console again, I'm going to type in ACL. So it's going to load. Now I'll click on Certificate Manager. So we are going to request a certificate for our domain. And we are on the Certificate Manager dashboard. So I'll go to the right hand side and click on the request. So I'll click on the request. And I'm going to leave it as request a public certificate. So I'll click on next. And for the full domain name, I'm going to put in my domain name, which is below. And I'm going to add another name, which I'm going to give it story.below.fees.com. What this simply means that any subdomain we actually use to access our website is going to forward it to what's called below.fees.com, and it will be secure as well. So I will leave it for the validation method. I'm going to leave it as DNS validation. And for the key algorithm, I will leave it as RSA2048. And for the tag, I will leave it as default. I'm going to request. So I'll view the certificate. And if you remember, we said we are going to validate it with our DNS. So to validate it with our DNS, we are going to click on create record in RAW53. As you can see, I'm going to click on create record. So you can see it shows in pending validation. So let me say in a couple of seconds, it's going to validate it. And then we should have our certificate ready. So let me try and reload it to see if it is ready. And you can see the certificate has been issued. So the certificate has been issued. The next we are going to do now is to create our Cloudfront. So in the search console again, I'm going to type in Cloudfront. Now we'll double click on Cloudfront. So it has loaded the Cloudfront dashboard, and you can see it shows get started with Cloudfront. So this is where I'm going to create my Cloudfront distribution. So I'll click on create Cloudfront distribution. I'll double click on it. For the origin here, for the origin domain, I'm going to click on it. I'm going to search for the bucket I just created earlier, which is this www.belowaffis.com.s3.amazonaws.com. So I'll click on it. So for the name, I'm going to leave it as this. And for the origin access, I'm going to leave it to this legacy access identity. So it is this legacy access identity that is going to update our bucket policy for us so that we can actually have access to the web files. So I'll click on create new OAI. We'll just give it a name. That will be website S3 license. I'll click on it. So it has created it. So, and for the bucket policy, I'm going to click on yes, update bucket policy. So I will scroll down. For the enable origin shield, I will leave it as default. I will leave everything as default here. And for the VR protocol policy, I'm going to redirect HTTP traffic to HTTPS. So I will click on it. And for the allow HTTP method, I'm going to leave it as default as well. For the restrict viewer access, I'm going to leave it to no. And I'm going to scroll down. I'll leave this one as default as well. I'll scroll down. And for the web application firewall, I'm going to click on do not enable security protection. But if you want to do that, in your own case, you can actually enable web application firewall. So for the price class, I'm going to use all edge location, which shows that it is for the best performance. So I'm going to leave it as that. And for the alternate domain name, I'm going to add my domain name, which is the first one is bellofees.com. I'm going to add another one, which is the subdomain, which is www.bellofees.com. So that anybody accessing the website via www.bellofees.com is going to be redirected to this uppercase bar domain name. So for the certificate, I'm going to click on the certificate we created earlier. So it's for this bellofees.com. I'm going to click on it. Well, I'll leave it everything as default. For the supported HTTP version, I'm going to leave it as default. And for the default root update, I'm going to type in index.html. I will scroll down. And before creating the distribution, I'm going to go back to confirm if everything is perfect. So, okay, I think we selected all the options we are supposed to use. So I'll scroll down and I'm going to click on create distribution. So it's going to take a while for the distribution to be created. You can see it shows deploying. So when the distribution has been created, we are going to check the website using the Cloudfront URL. And after ensuring that the Cloudfront URL can access our website, we're going to create a record name in Route 53 so that when the users want to access our website, they can use our domain name registered earlier. So I'll just pause the video at this point. So our distribution has been successfully created. So I can just copy this distribution domain name to access our website. So let me copy it and go into my new tab of my browser and paste it. And as you can see, our website is loading. And you can see now that we can access our website via the Cloudfront DNS name, which is this one you can see in this side box. And you can see it shows secure connection, which means our connection to this website is actually secure. Since we are sure that our Cloudfront distribution is now working, next what we're going to do now is go back to my AWS console. And I will type in Route 53. So I'll double click on Route 53. And you can see I have DNS management to hosted zones and I have 2 domain names in this account. So I'll click on hosted zone. So we are using this bellofees, so I'll click on it. And you can see we have this C name, which was the certificate we created earlier. So this is how we validated our certificate with the domain. So since we are not interested in that, we are going to click on create record. And for the record name, I'm going to leave it like this. And I'm going to click on, I will toggle on the alias. And in this alias, we are going to select our Cloudfront distribution we created. I will click on Cloudfront distribution. And I'm going to choose this one we created earlier. And I'm going to leave it to simple routing. I've already targeted, I will leave it as that. And I'm going to click on create record. After creating record for that, we're going to create another record for our subdomain so that when we access our website from www.bellofees.com, it's going to redirect this traffic to the bellofees.com. So I'm going to click on it and I'm going to add www. For this, I'm going to click on CNAME. And I'm going to click on CNAME. And I'm going to type in my domain name bellofees.com. And I will leave everything as default. I'm going to create the record. Since we are done with it, we can click on this. But it's going to take a while before our platform distribution can be mapped with our DNS record name. So I'll just try and copy this to check. But if I check and it's not yet available, I'm going to pause the video. And when the domain name has been mapped to the Cloudfront distribution, then we're going to continue. I'm going to show you the content of the website figure. Let me paste it into the wow, it was really fast. I thought it was going to take, let me say, 32 minutes before the distribution is actually mapped to our route. You can see we can now access our website via below.afis.com, and you can see it is secured and everything is perfect. So let's type in www again to see if it's going to direct www.afis.com. You can see after you directed to our below.afis.com website. So everything is perfect. Let us just go back to the S3 bucket to see the policy that has been updated. So I will type in S3 again. We'll click on it. And I will scroll down to the bucket we created, which is this. I'll double click on it again. And when we go to permissions, you can see the Cloudfront distribution has updated our bucket policy. You can see it. So, and we're able to access our website, which is this. Let me reload it again. And so this is how you actually host a static website on AWS. So let me show you something again. Probably if you change anything in your HTML directory, you can actually go back to your Cloudfront. Click on it. And it's going to take a while to load. Then just click on this. We are going to go to invalidation. Probably you actually changed something in your HTML file. You added a code and you want to update the effect immediately. You can just create this invalidation. So when you create this invalidation, it's going to invalidate all what you've had on the Cloudfront distribution. It's going to populate with the new update you have. So that is how you do that. So thank you and have a good time. And if you really enjoyed this video, don't forget to also like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss when I upload new videos. Thank you and have a nice time. Bye.